Yeah, hi, let's take a look at a nice little topic for a little sales topic. And I call this one, is this a fair question to ask? Is what I'm calling this particular video clip for you. Now, men are definitely worse at it. A fair question, I'm calling this one. Men are definitely worse at this than women, and that's been proven as well. A lot of salespeople have got this infliction as well. A lot of salespeople got it, and I was actually accused of having this on one of my very first dates when I was about 18. And the answer here, of course, is interrogation. Here we go, interrogation. See if I can spell that right for you. We're told to ask questions in sales. All of us are taught selling and questioning techniques. We're given like open versus closed questions and focus questions and rhetorical questions. People go through all the theory of questions, and then we know all about questions. But the problem is, though, we're given so many different questions that we end up starting to interrogate our customer because we ask question after question after question. And I've seen it. It's awful. It's pretty painful. Poor old customers doesn't know where they stand. You're getting battered with these questions. So the answer here then is to soften your question, to sugarcoat it, as I call it. I talked about it before. And there's some things you can do here, but the best way to soften a question is to pre-frame it. Put something before the question itself, to pre-frame it, as I call it as well. And there's a number of things you can do. You could ask the question, is this a fair question to ask? There you go. I wonder, is this a fair question to ask, Mr. Brown? So you might be talking about life assurance and dying, all that kind of stuff. So is this a fair question for me to ask, Mr. Brown, were you taking out this mortgage? But what might happen if your partner was to die? Oh my God, it's a pretty nasty question, isn't it? So all you're doing is just asking a question. A lot of people use different phrases. You could use the phrase, if you don't mind me asking. You could use the phrase, I'd be interested to know, it would be useful for me to know, tell me. You could use all sorts of ways of just preempting a question. So rather than just asking a question, come in with a nice little starter there, or pre-frames I call it, and that will definitely soften the question, makes it far more palatable. Find your own phrases, don't start to repeat them. I mean, I like the ones, if you don't mind me asking, I use quite a bit. Is it okay for me to ask? I need to ask, or it's going to be jolly helpful if you can answer this question for me, and then you ask the question as well. So that way, of course, you'll never get accused of interrogation. Now, of course, I used to do this with my dates when I was about 18. I was taught to sell, you see, and I was about 18, 19. If only I'd known at the time, I might have had a much more fruitful dating life when I was 18, 19. But anyway, life moves on from there. So just a quick little tip for you. I hope that's been of use to you. Bye.